Sometimes all of us have one of those days where everything just goes wrong. Maybe, like most of us, you planned having a nice, quiet evening, eating popcorn while sitting at your toilet. Suddenly, you notice that you accidentally started a fire inside your microwave oven by burning your popcorn. Initially, you just stand there looking at the fire as it spreads. Thinking that you might be able to put out the fire using the water from the toilet, you accidentally drop your phone. Now, on June 23rd, 1858, the Jewish Matara family in Bologna had one of those days. Their microwave and their toilet were probably working fine, but they did have a visit from the police telling them that their 6-year-old son were to be taken away to be raised as a Catholic. This boy was called Edgardo. Now you might think, well, today the Child Protective Service can also take away children in case of neglect and abuse. But this case was a little bit different. First of all, Edgardo suffered neither from neglect nor abuse. Secondly, children who are forcefully removed from their loving parents today are very rarely sent to live in the Vatican with the Pope. What really is the up and the down in this case? Why was Edgardo removed, and why did he get sent off to live with the Pope? Those are two very important questions. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. The Matara family had a Christian maid working in the house. In 1851, when he was only 4 months old, Edgardo was close to dying from a disease. His Christian maid of course felt sorry for him, and she did the only rational thing she could think of. First of all, she spilled some water on him, which is bad enough considering he was close to dying from a disease. Secondly, she did it while mumbling some words about God and the Holy Spirit, thereby effectively baptizing him, saving his soul from the eternal fires of hell. From this point on, without knowing it, the Matara family was breaking the law of the Papal States, and they did so for around 6 years. This was back before Italy was formed, and Bologna was part of the Papal States. Among other discriminations, it was strictly forbidden for two loving, happy, non-Christian parents to raise a Christian child. In 1857, the maid told the authorities of Bologna that she had baptized Edgardo. Thus, after half a year of bureaucracy and letter writing, Edgardo was taken away to be raised as a Catholic in Rome. Jewish communities across Europe were like, WTF? And they wanted the Pope to bring back the boy to the parents. A lot of criticism was raised of the Pope and the Papal States because of their discriminatory laws against heathens. It even culminated with a lot of criticism from the French King Napoleon. This was of course the wrong Napoleon, Napoleon III, who wasn't even an emperor, even though he did have a beautiful horse. He renounced his military support of the Pope. This allowed the Kingdom of Sardinia to attack both the Papal States and Austria, allowing them to form an early version of Italy. When Edgardo was 19 years old, the Papal States finally fell in the unification of Italy. He could now return to his loving family, and everyone lived happily ever after. Except after having been brainwashed for 13 years. Edgardo now loved Jesus more than his family of heathens. So instead of going home, he moved to France to become a priest, changing his first name to Pio after the Pope. He even converted his mom to Christianity on her deathbed in 1890. He later moved to Belgium, where he died in 1940 at the age of 88.